The choice between 29-inch and 27.5-inch wheels is one that every electric mountain bike owner comes up against at some point in the sales process or even after they've purchased the bike when they're trying to optimize that bike for their usage. 29er, 27.5-inch, there's differences, but do they really make that much of a difference on your electric mountain bike? Like this video, you guys, and subscribe to this channel. We are going to break into this topic today, but we also break into every single electric mountain bike topic that you can even fathom, even stuff you haven't thought of. I've forgotten things about electric mountain bikes that you didn't even know. Maybe. Let's check out the difference between 29-inch and 27.5-inch wheels, and if you as an electric mountain bike owner really even need to be worried about them. Sometimes it feels like every other year we are switching between whether 29-inch wheels or 27.5-inch wheels are currently in vogue. At time of shooting, 29-inch wheels have definitely taken the cake for the all-mountain cross-country trail categories in terms of what manufacturers are giving stock on their bikes, and then more aggressive bikes like downhill and enduro bikes generally are coming with 27.5-inch wheels. But it varies so much year to year. Just a couple of years ago, 27.5-inch wheels were kings, and no one had any questions about 29ers at all. But whenever you're watching this video, it definitely is important to know the differences between 29-inch and 27.5 inches. So the general school of thought is that 29-inch wheels are going to be able to take on rooty, rocky rock gardens a little bit more easily, just kind of roll over them like a tank, better than your average 27.5-inch wheel. Now, what you're giving up when you're going with a 29-inch wheel is that nimble handling that a 27.5-inch wheel is going to give you. You're not going to be able to decelerate and accelerate as quickly as you would on a 27.5-inch wheel for a 29er, but overall they are going to give you a little bit more speed, and they just give you that ability to roll right over features as opposed to having to navigate around them like you might have to on a 27.5-inch wheel. 27.5-inch wheels are going to be better for handling, as we have talked about. So if you're looking for something that's going to corner a little bit better, that's going to go into these berms and really you can be aggressive into them. Also, if you're looking to just kind of navigate around those rocky features instead of having to go directly over them, 27.5-inch wheels will generally be better for that. That's why they're generally offered on bikes that offer a more aggressive ride feel. They're already have a slack head and seat tube angle, so it's already a little bit more open, so you want that ability to navigate around those obstacles. You will be able to get up to speed more quickly on a 27.5-inch wheel, but it's not as good at maintaining said speed like you are able to on a 29-inch. Of course, 27.5-inch wheels, there's less material, so they are going to be a little bit lighter weight. So not a massive difference, but on eMTBs, you probably are looking for any weight savings that you can possibly get. So it might make the difference for you in terms of your purchase process. Generally speaking, you are able to get wider tires on 27.5-inch wheels. You see a lot of bikes with 2.6 or even 2.8. A couple years ago, they were even doing 3.0 tires on the 27.5-inch wheels. So it does inspire a little bit more confidence. Having that wider tire does kind of decrease the nimble aspect to the 27.5-inch wheel for sure, but it is going to inspire some confidence and give you more of the 29er feel so that you can maintain some safety and have a little bit more grip on the ground with the 27.5-inch wheel. So what size wheels should you be looking for in an electric mountain bike? Now, at time of recording this, 29ers are definitely the go-to wheel set right now for most manufacturers, but again, that varies so much. I feel like since I've started in the electric bike industry like 5 years ago, there's been shifts every single year between if it's a 27.5-inch wheel is going to come stock or a 29er. So I wouldn't be so married to just what is currently popular. The good news is that with electric mountain bikes, no matter what you choose, the negative aspects of either the 29er or the 27.5 are going to be decreased. You're not really going to have to worry about giving up acceleration and deceleration when you've got an 85 Newton meter torque motor underneath you to kind of help you up hills. So that's the positive aspect of everything, that you don't really have to worry about it too much. Now that is for most riders. If you are, a more aggressive rider who has been around the mountain bike sphere for quite some time and you're swapping over to electric mountain bikes, you might know I definitely like a 29er, I definitely like a 27.5, so that's probably what you want to go with. I wouldn't change it just because it's on an electric mountain bike. If you're a first-time buyer though, the honest truth is you might not notice a massive difference. So again, we talked about the differences between the 29er and the 27.5 inch, but I wouldn't get caught up in whatever is currently popular in just making that decision. If you go in and you try out a 29er wheel and you're like, I really dug that, the 27.5 inch wheels are kind of what the shop is pushing you towards, don't let them do that. If you are liking that 29er, just go with that and say, hey, I was perfectly happy with it. Same is true with the 27.5 inch wheel. Just because a 29er is in vogue right now does not mean you have to get a 29er. One thing you definitely don't want to get caught up in is this idea that there's going to be a sizing difference. While it is going to change the geometry slightly between wheel sets, it's really not going to change what size bike you should get. There's other things you want to focus on when you're looking at bike sizing, and wheel size is not one of them. Just because you're a tall rider does not mean you are going to be riding a 29er. Please stop thinking that. Overall, I would recommend just being honest with yourself about what kind of riding you want to be doing. If you're someone who needs that extra safety of a plus size tire, you want something that's a little bit more forgiving, you're probably going to go with that 27.5 inch wheel set because it is going to give you the ability to run at lower PSIs. It's going to be more comfortable. You're going to be a little bit, more cushed to the ground. Is that the way you would put that? I don't know. But you are going to be a little bit more tacky to the ground in my opinion. And yeah, it feels a little bit more safer. I'm not a great rider, and it does feel for me, I generally am more comfortable on a 27.5 inch wheel set. I feel like I can just rip downhill a little bit better. And if I choose the wrong line, it's not going to be the absolute end of the world. If you're a better rider, or you're going to be kind of getting into going downhill as fast as you can, that 29er might be the better way to go because it is going to be a faster wheel set. And overall, if you care about speed, it is probably going to be the way to go. No matter what you choose, the good news is that it is pretty easy now to swap between a 29er and a 27.5 inch wheel set. Most bikes, now this is not true of everything, so don't quote me on this, but a lot of bikes, you can have the ability to switch between a 29er and a 27.5 pretty easily with just a quick switch out of the cassette and switching over the rotors to the new wheel set. So conceivably, you could just have a 29er and a 27.5 inch wheel set and swap between the two pretty easily. There's also mullet setups, which is a 29er in the front and a 27.5 inch in the back, which are more and more popular. This allows for the root-crushing, rock garden-destroying capabilities of a 29er up front that you can just kind of roll over, but the 27.5 inch wheel in the back is going to keep that wheel underneath you. It's going to be better for cornering, kind of going into berms and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of the best of both worlds. So in the end, like with most difficult decisions in life, you are just going to have to decide for yourself. I can't tell you which is the better wheel set, and neither can the industry. They don't know what's good for you, they just know what is currently popular. Don't forget to like this video, you guys, and subscribe to the Fly Rides Electric Bike channel so that you can stay up to date on everything electric bikes, especially eMTB news, because I know that's why you're in this video. Thanks for watching, you guys. It was nice to see you. We will see you next time. Enjoy the ride.